we move to university level, where also some digital learning principles are applied, or are widely applied, I have to say. And for that, I will invite Jana Švejdová from Unicorn University, who will be describing the principles and how they do it, and how some practical example works. So it's your word.
Thank you, David. My name is Jana Švejdová. Good afternoon. I will present the first case study about using the technologies at university. I will speak about realization of distance learning and realization of fully digital online education. Zvu svět, I'm Jana Švejdová and I'm Vice President for Education at Unicorn University. I work for Unicorn University since 2017. I was the head of Department of Economics, and then from 2020 I started to work as a Vice President for Education. It means I'm responsible for realization of digital education, or the realization of distance learning study programs. I would like to also introduce the Unicorn University. We are the university which is targeted to digital learning, which means we provide the high quality content, a lot of types of content. It means online courses, online books, and videos. And we would like our students to have a possibility to study everywhere and anytime. It means everything is only online, and the internet connection is only one condition to have a possibility to study. We are providing on-demand content for our students, and it means not only for the students in distance form of learning. We of course would like to provide the digital content for our students in full-time study and part-time study. I will explain what is the difference between fully online education and distance learning during my presentation. But at the beginning, I would like to say that Unicorn University is the first university in Czech Republic that received approval to realize fully distance learning. We are learning 2 bachelor study programs in this form, and currently we have 198 students in this type of learning. I mean, fully distance study form. What is the distance learning? This is fully online study program which is realized at universities. It's common abroad, but it's completely new phenomenon here in Czech Republic. And as I said, we are the first who started to realize this type of learning. We have 2 study programs. We are realizing it fully online. It is software development. We started to teach in February this year. And then we received approval to realize business management study program, and we started now at the September. This is the first semester for our students in this study program. What is the difference in distance learning and fully digital online learning? So the distance learning is the official regular study form, and we offer the regular study program, as I said, two study programs, software development and business management. And digital online education is a specific type of learning. It means the digital online education is quite important for realization of distance learning. But it was mentioned, we are using this type of learning not only for the distance form of study. We would like to provide this to our students who are studying in another forms. It means present form and full-time form and part-time form. What is digital online learning? Which advantages this offer to our students. They can self-study. It means they can organize their study process on their own. They can use the recommended study plan, or they can choose their own pace and organize the way how are preparing themselves for the tests and exams. It is based on on-demand content. And as I said, they can study anywhere and anytime. The time plays no role in organization of their study. We have, for students, we have new types of study materials, mainly the books, but we were providing online books from 2007 when our university was established. What is new? We are providing online courses and video content. We have, there is a special attitude to organization of teaching process. It means that the teachers have completely new role. They are not teaching directly. They are helping. They are available for consultations, and they are preparing high quality content. It is necessary to choose a new type, appropriate type of evaluation when we want to educate students in fully distance form. It means the evaluation which is motivating to students for self-preparation and the self-study. So the motivation plays the vital role in this type of learning process. There are some specifics of fully digital online education. Time and place are not important, and own style of study is possible. Everything is powered by our technologies, I mean the unicorn technologies, and everything is based on technical background. What is needed is the internet connection as only condition for realization of study. And we have something which is called recommended study plan. I will show it later. So students have the advice how to organize their study, but they can decide for alternative pace and organize everything on their own. And the teacher is only consulting, and he or she have some advices for students, but the self-study is mainly based on using the online books, online courses, and video content. I will show you a little bit later. Current trends in education, I mean in general. Something which is called micro-learning is very popular. It means it is good to study, for example, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So this providing to our students the possibility to study, for example, when they are traveling home from the work, or they are preparing dinner or something like this, and when waiting for a quite short time period. Next to microlearning, the video-based content, video-based learning is quite important, and we are using some new phenomena, just as gamification. This is good for motivation students to study because there is the positive effect of engagement. We are motivating the students study properly. For example, each week they have recommended study plans, and as I said, we are not controlling them if they are study properly. If they are following this recommended study plan, we respect when they choose when they decide to choose their own pace to study, and different content based on previous activities is quite good for students. It means we are using technologies such as artificial intelligence or machine learning, and it means we provide a specific content in our online courses, and this content is based on previous activities of students. It will be explained. I will show you our online courses, and I will show how this is work. Distance learning is new phenomenon, new trend. It was used in, for example, Great Britain, United States, Canada, and this is regular study form there, and they are realizing these study programs for a long time. But this is completely new in Czech Republic, but the popularity is growing. I think that this type of study, distance learning, distance study form, will replace something which was popular in Czech Republic. It is part-time study. It means the students are visiting the school during the weekends, and they are self-studying, and they have the regular, that is the regular teaching during the weekends. I have some numbers for you. After the opening the fully distance learning study programs, the structure of students in specific types of study, specific forms, completely change. For this academic year, 2021 and 22, we have 35% of our students in distance form. And then we have 19% in part-time form, and we have 46 in full-time form. And there are some data from the previous academic years, 2021 and 2019 and 20. And we were not teaching the fully online form. And you can see that there was 35% in part-time and 65% in full-time, or the 45 in part-time and 55 in full-time. So this demonstrates something which I mentioned. I think this will replace the distance form will replace the part-time form of learning. There are some pros and cons of digital learning and distance learning. There is a lot of pros for students, and you will see there is more cons for universities than for students. To summarize the pros from students' point of view, they can self-study. Then they have the possibility to study anywhere and anytime. They can decide for the individual approach and the organization of their study. There is the higher efficiency of teaching, or the higher efficiency of learning. And it's better to combine, it's much more possible to combine the study and the work and the family activities and so on. And last point, there is the vital role of inclusivity. It means people who were not able to study in a regular full-time form of study or part-time form of study can study now. It means, for example, the people who are disabled, or the people who are working abroad, and they can study, for example, in Czech language and so on. A lot of groups of people can study, and they could not study when in a part-time form of study. There are cons, and this is discipline and motivation. It's quite hard to study, for example, according to the recommended study plan, or decide for own pace. And as I said, we are helping to our students. We are motivating them for study. And we provide the content which is suitable with organization of self-education process, and we want to motivate them study continuously. So there are some short lessons in our courses and other possibilities how to organize the study for the short periods of study, for example, each day, each week, and so on. But the discipline is quite hard for them. As I said, there are some pros and cons for universities, and you can say that there is much more cons than in case of point of view from students. But there are some pros, of course, and the important pros is that the cons are the challenges for the universities. We have to learn new things. We have to innovate our, for example, study materials, or innovate the whole organization of study process, the learning, educating process. Pros. There is the wider spectrum of applicants and different type of audience. And the cons, we have to maintain the proper identification of our applicants and students. We have to choose appropriate type of evaluation, which is motivating students, and we have to maintain the monitoring of students during tests and exams. This is called proctoring. And of course, there is the high demand for quality of content of our study materials and qualification of teachers, because this type of learning, I mean distance learning or digital learning, is not the new issue only for students, but for us too. So the qualification, education for the teachers is quite important. As I said, I will show you our courses, books, and video content. The technologies are quite important for us. We are using the technologies and applications to realize the process of teaching, process of education. We have books and courses and the videos. And everything is easy accessible from our webpage. There are all study materials or the information about the recommended study plan at one webpage. Each subject has one webpage, and everything can be found there. I will show you now. This is the subject webpage. And this is the student's point of view. There is the recommended study plan. Then there is the information about the teachers, and there is the information about the evaluation. I can show you. And here below there are all study materials summarized. The books, I will show you the books, and I forgot to mention that everything is interconnected. I will show the books and courses. This is the book. For example, there is the chapter Introduction of Management. I can study, and after study I can test my knowledge. So this is the connection with our courses. And I can start with the trial test. Now I leave the test and I will show you the whole online course, the possibilities how can students realize the education process. So this is the main menu, and students can study course. So this is the main menu, explaining how the lecture, how the lessons are organized, and the students can pass checkpoints and the final exam. And we are using these courses, for example, as a homework for our students. I'm just going back to the menu, and they can pass the trial test, they can summarize the questions they did not know, and there are some special cards, and they are marking if they knew the thing which is explained on the card, or they did not know. And based on this, when they are repeating, they are just studying before the test, they can use only the things with which they had some problems to teach. And they are collecting the transaction history of, they are collecting the XP points and C points, it means coins, and this is motivating them to study and to reach the good reach the good results. When I'm the teacher, I can check the students' progress in studying the course. This is quite good for us. There are some statistics, and I can open the detailed statistic about the course, and I can check the progress of students. There is a show the students list, and I can check each student in this course in my subject which I'm teaching in concrete semester. And as I said, I will show you the cards which I mentioned. Main menu, study. I will start with first chapter. It is connected, so I can open the study materials from this button. It means I will be redirected to the book. I'm sorry, it's in Czech language, and I can run the lesson. And there are sorry, I can try. It was not great. It was not. Okay, so the next question. And there are some just study cards, and I can turn and check. And if I did not know, I can mark this card and repeat before the test. So this was our set of learning materials. I would like to show you another thing. And this is represented by the content of our main web page. I will open the web page, and this is the student's point of view. Here I can see my electronic credit book. I can check which subject I'm studying in chosen semester, and I can open the subject web page directly from my credit book. It is the same web page as you saw when I was explaining the marketing. Next thing which I can reach from our main web page are the list of my requests, my communication with study department. I can open the timetable, and I can open the students' guidelines. This is how the timetable will look like. I can choose the form of my study, and I can check my schedule. And of course, I have the schedule in my calendar. And this is how the students' guidelines look like, and there are detailed information I can say about everything. Sorry, it's in Czech, but there is a lot of issues, and we are explaining to our students everything. So this is the main web page. Of course, here I can see the important news for students, and that's all important. And next to this, I would like to show you the web page of chosen subject. I'm sorry, it's only in Czech because we are teaching our online study programs in Czech language now, and there are some important things for organization. You can see this is recommended study plan, and they can follow this plan. And I can open all study materials, and I'm redirected not at the beginning of the book, but to concrete chapter. And we are providing the video content. And here it's the same point of view, information about the evaluation. And in this part, I can use the button to contact the teacher or the study department, and they know that I'm asking about this subject, not in general. And all study materials are summarized here, and the videos too. Okay, I will go back to my presentation. We are realizing the distance form of learning, and here is the feedback for our students. They like the self-organization of study. They like the teamwork, I mean workshops and hackathon, although they study online, and they like the video-based content because it is another source of information. It's different than the books and online courses. Of course, there are some tasks that we can see what we can improve. This is the quality of our courses and videos. We are preparing new and so on. We can improve the evaluation, I mean to motivate the students, and enable the students and teachers to have access to all informations and functions. So we would like to improve our information system, and we would like to set up the efficient system for the identification. And here is the summary. This form of learning, I mean the distance form of learning, is new issue for us. I think I can summarize. We were able to realize successful start of this, and we have a lot of new experiences and some lessons learned, and we have a lot of important goals which we want to achieve and plans to realize. Most important targets for us, online courses and videos for each subject, and then to develop qualification of teachers, provide a well-arranged and user-friendly information system, and digitize and automate internal processes. Of course, there are three points important for students, or the students and us. And last part, this is mainly important for us to work efficient. So this is the sum up and plans for future. And now it was the honor for me. I have a possibility to explain how we are realizing digital online education at Unicorn University. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Jana, for your presentation. And we move directly to questions, because I have several of questions here. So if I may ask, because I have heard at the very beginning that you have several distant programs, right? And so are you planning to extend this portfolio for more?
Yes, of course. We teach software development. It's a bachelor study program in Czech language, and we started to teach it on February this year. And then business management, also in Czech language, we started to teach now in this academic year, and we would like to teach both of these study bachelor programs in English too. And we applied, and we are waiting for approval. So I hope next academic year we would like to start, but it is necessary to wait. And now we are teaching master study programs, 2 master study programs, only in full-time form. And we would like to start with the distance form of learning, but a little bit later.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds great. And unfortunately, it could be a very hard task, right, to implement that. Really, like to run the program, and as we said, all the materials and tests. What were the major issues? I mean, technical or organizational or whatever that you were facing when implementing all these programs? Do you really like running them, not to apply for them?
Yes. So I think this was summarized, and I would like to repeat, and I would like to explain. Most important issues, 2 or 3. This is the qualification of teachers, because the teaching is different. Then we would like to use different types of materials. So we are targeted to online courses and the video content, and we would like to provide broader spectrum of learning aids. So this is quite important, because the attitude to teaching is different, and I think more automate the processes and distribute the information in easy way to students.
Yeah, maybe that leads to another question, because I can imagine all these lectures and when you're learning theory and when you're practicing yourself and programming or doing stuff like that. But what if there are seminars? How if you really rely on the fact that there is a tutor, there is a lecturer, and some students trying to implement their work, and the tutor is somehow trying to advise them to do it correctly. So can you somehow elaborate on how it is implemented?
So there are no regular lectures or seminars in distance form of learning, and I think that the seminars could be not fully replaced, but we are using the video content. So it means they had to read a book. They can repeat in online courses, but video content is
Yeah,
much. Yes, is a vital part.
It was a kind of tricky question because I know that, right? I mean, because I actually am teaching some of the courses, so I know that you can actually share the screens of students and you can look whether they are making mistakes in their programming or not.
Yes,
so
of course.
it's really, really fine. Okay. Well, one of the weak places, as far as I understand that, is evaluation.
Yes.
Because that could be hard if you wanted to do it. Of course, you can do all the tests. You can look how they proceed with projects and evaluate them. But what if you want to substitute this kind of classical oral examination, or maybe the state exam, how they are implemented, or how they are planned to be implemented?
Okay, I think this is not a weak issue, but really hard issue. And of course, we start, so we had not realized any state exams, but the system is the same when the state exams are realized. So it is the same as in full time. So students will answer the regular questions, and there is nothing different. But when I speak about the subject, of course, for example, the activity during the lessons is not possible because there are no lessons. There are some consultations.
There were the incremental evaluation we were talking about all day, so it's very great.
Yes.
By the way, my popular question, right? All these days, all these days, you have plenty of data. Right, because you can just look how the students evolving during this learning pathways, as we heard. Are you using to identify those that are in threat? Somehow, like, okay, look, this student start to decline a little, and in his or her efficiency in learning. So maybe we can inform him or her that okay, you need to somehow start working more intensively, or.
Okay, so this is something we would like to develop, but now as a teacher I can say I'm just, for example, before the exam, I can check their results in online courses and so on. So it helps me to have some information about the students. Okay. But we would like to develop it in future to aggregate the data and use it.
Now we can actually check it, and
yes.
The teacher is responsible for identify those. And
yes, for example, we would like to track the students with problems and motivate them. So we would like to use this data.
So I wish
we are at the beginning.
Yeah, wish you a good luck, because I know it's a hard task. So we have heard two stories from the elementary school and the university. I thank Jana for her great presentation and answering my questions. And we will move to other presentation, to the next one, which is about the digital company education.